him he puts goggles. Let's speak of him as no spine. Let's speak of him his arsehole is like a lizard sleeve, right? Shut your fucking face. Still all something lucky. I'm Marshall and I feel fair to Nickelodeon. I've just popped out for a fish.
Baggy hoop.
Marshall and I feel fair to Nickelodeon.
Baggy hoop.
We got no bias. Marshall and I feel fair to Nickelodeon. Some bastard slide the joint.
Baggy hoop.
Marshall and I feel fair to Nickelodeon. Water don't hurt, that's the point. I got you. Water can't hurt, that's the point. Water can't hurt, that's the point. I got you. What like fucking needle? Or was it sleep?
Well, at the back, people, I see we've lost a fair bit of people. You just need to have resolve with this and just not let it, get to you. At the same time, I've got this fucking dipshit saying, oh, you're irrelevant, nobody cares anymore. Well, you care, Timmy. You're like a wee fucking limpet, right? A wee Klingon, desperate for attention. Look, if you want to learn some people skills and learn, I can help you, and then you maybe get attention. But the first thing you need to learn is to stop being a wee fucking prick. Stop being an annoying little dipshit, right? You need to learn some skills. You have to adapt. You have to move on. You need to get over your hubris and your self-delusions, right? And then you might get somewhere. Until you learn these fundamentals, real people are not going to entertain you. They just see you for what you are, a little lick-spittle fucking grovelling prick, right? Nobody messes you yesterday. I was away watching Celtic getting pumped yesterday when you were on waffling with my picture on your fucking thing again, desperately trying to get attention. I really think you've got an obsession with me, and it's not healthy, right? If it doesn't matter and nobody cares, why are you bothering? Huh? The celestial poles, the sun, the moon. I mean, we got observations. We got the sun, the moon, and the stars. You don't live up there, Timmy boy. You live here on Earth, right? You need substance. When we're talking about natural science, it requires substance, right? Visuals are not enough. Let's see what it says here about celestial poles. It's the same. The north and south celestial poles are the two imaginary points in the sky where the Earth's axis of rotation indefinitely extended intersects the celestial sphere. So we need to imaginary places, right? First and foremost, they're imaginary. Secondly, you do not know the substance. A visual is not enough. You can be deceived through visual alone. It's not anything conclusive. It is a red herring. We do not live in the sky. We live on Earth. We look at Earth for measurement. Somebody tells me it's a sphere, there has to be measurable curvature. Somebody tells me a sphere, I look at reality, I look at water, I realise very quickly, as any child would, anybody with a, ounce of any awareness or intellectual honesty would realise that it is impossible, based on experiment over and over again, applied, tested every single day in reality. You would realise that bodies of water do not have the ability to support themselves as to display convexity or shapes upon their surface. So this doesn't come into it. Look at your globe, look how preposterous it is. That's why you have plastic. That's why it's made of plastic. That's why you need to do it in cartoons, son. When we're talking about reality, you can show things practically. You can show how they work. You make claims about reality, you can use the substances and you can show how they work. When you don't have that, you're talking about your religion, you're talking about pseudoscience. You're welcome to your pseudoscience and your religion. You're not welcome here. Nobody wants you. Nobody's interested in listening to you. You think you would have got that into your thick wee skull by now. But I think you've got a deep-rooted obsession with me because you're so insecure and you realise my strength and it's drawn you to me like a moth to a fucking flame, son. Toddle off, make your hit piece videos in a wee deep dark corner of the internet where nobody gives a fuck apart from your illogical bum chums and your sock accounts, right? Right, we've got some people back. I don't even know where I was at before that happened, to be honest with you. But just in defiance, I'm going to fire back up every time that happens. And I'm not going to change for anybody, people. If that's his dishonesty and their dishonesty. If we hand out links out, it's in faith, it's in trust, right? That people are respectful and mannered and they don't cross a line. Well, dipshits like him don't understand that. Sorry, Marshall, 2 seconds. Go about that there. Right, nice to see people have made it back. We've lost a fair few, but hey ho. So again, this is what they're going to keep coming back to. Oh, the sky. Timmy's never researched or done anything practical. People like Timmy just regurgitate the bollocks narrative that they were fed the same as everybody was fed, right? Where you get honest people who are saying, look, it's impossible for it to be an exterior of a sphere we live on. Some things are not established yet. Some things are still to be understood. That's science, Timmy. And for any other globe disciple that's out there, actual science has to have the ability to say, we don't know, but we will find that out. We will progress and we will look further into it. Morons coming and telling you that my sky observations and my pictures as scientific logical proofs are fucking idiots, right? They've not got any right to say they're representing direct realism or natural science. They're fucking morons. Anyway, where were we? Are you here, Marshall?
Yeah, I'm here.
Can you remember where we were before that, annoying interruption?
Do you know what, dude? No, I've forgotten already. I'm starting to get a little bit concerned about our resident sniper because this evening he appeared to be under the influence of a stimulant.
Yeah.
And I don't know, is that a payment or is that what he has to steel himself with in order to perform the unnecessary?
Yeah.
Either way, I'd recommend that he gives it up as a habit because it's going to end in tears for you, dude.
Yeah, and he's got an unhealthy obsession with us here. At the same time, the contradictions in his statements, like, oh, nobody cares, nobody's bothered, but yet he's here every fucking chance he gets. He's continually messaging me in my emails, and then claiming I'm emailing him. He's a fucking buffoon. The only thing I email back to him is laughing at him, right? And last night, you were there, Marshall, I was away watching Celtic getting fucking hammered, but anyway.
Well, yeah, I stood in for a little bit, and he actually invited me onto the platform, which is very nice of him. But you know what? I don't really relish the company of drug-addled buffoons, so I declined the offer. Unfortunately, I didn't get the chance to speak to him this evening because he nuked me out, Dal.
Yeah.
So that's
he's got a desperate insecure and need. I think he wants our attention. He wants us to accept him. In order for that to happen, he has to learn certain, aspects of reality and how people approach each other and how they deal with each other. He's really lacking in any kind of social skills, which tells me that he's been locked away from society and mixing with people for quite a long period of his life for whatever reasons, But if you want our attention and you want us to accept you as any kind of rational, decent, intellectually honest person, you really need to work on your skills, sir. Hi Dale, how do these globe clowns explain how hot air balloons go around the curve in 80 days? What a joke. No, I'm sure fucking, there'll be some out there with magic. It's magic. Ask Baggy ass which direction a compass points at. Their South Pole, ? Answer, they're outer space, not north. Compass only work on a flat earth. Now it's all planar geometry, their maps, the compasses, the apparatus they use, the military vehicles, radar, guidance, fucking communicate. I mean, it's all planar geometry, how aeroplanes approach, landing, take off. I mean, guys like Timmy can go and look for themselves if they weren't scared and so dishonest, I mean, it's all there, it's all planar geometry. It all works like that, It doesn't start from a fucking sphere. Nothing would work on a sphere, Timmy, right? It would be some trip, right enough, living on a big nature-defying fucking testicle with big wobbly, rotund, convex fucking oceans and people all walking upside down and, oh, there's no up, there's no down, it's what a fucking trip that is. I mean, you must be a crackhead to still be believing in that, Stay off the crack for a week, come to reality and, you might see it differently. If you stay on that crack, you fucking believe anything. All right, my friend, what the fuck is that Tranny's problem sniping the live chat once again? It bloody destroys the intellectual conversation, which as always occurs on the channel. I've been unable to comment in the live chat quite some weeks now. Matt, the realist white mother in the UK, keep up excellent work. You're the best. Cheers, Matt. I don't know why the chat's not working. Again, it's something that's out with your control. I really don't have any explanation for what that is. Say you come up... Kydale, keep your chin up, pal. You're doing a great job. Hopefully I'm wrong with this thought, but it looks to me that the people who are controlling us under reality could well be the ones who's created this place in the first place. So you come up with the idea of creating a place like this, you'd be wanting full control, just the same as any businessman who comes up with an idea. He'll want the final decision on proceedings, even if someone or something else is at the helm. Well, that's it. That's why I'm always here to caution with people about their worship of this place, what they buy into and hold dear to their heart in regards to this reality. For they don't even know where they are, what this reality is, whose it is, how it came to be, what they're part of. But yet people are jumping to these assumptions just because they're in it. They somehow think, that they've to like it or rationalise it in a way where they accept it and it's good and it's wonderful. That's no critical thinking. That's no discerning. That's what do you think about not being able to leave the country without a passport? Well, it's just other methods of control, isn't it? I mean, again, you're here, and yet at the same time you're sold this shit about, life's precious, it's wonderful, Mother Earth, Mother Nature, blah, blah, blah. You're continually having to pay to live. You're continually being controlled. Passports, can I go here, can I go there? I mean, hello?
Hello? Hi, you alright?
Alright.
Yeah, I called earlier.
Yeah, how you doing, man?
Yeah, pretty good, thanks. Wanted to... Oh, shit, I've forgotten. I've forgotten. Sorry, I've forgotten. I'll
That's
call
alright.
back later.
No bother, bud.
Sorry, bye.
No bother, mate.
Before we got taken out there, Flatty McFlatface was looking for the link, so I haven't seen him back in chat. I might well fire the link out to him anyway, and we'll see whether he gets the opportunity to pop in or not.
Nice one, sweet. Right, I'm just going to come to the chat and see what people are saying. I've totally lost my track and where I was in the previous one, to be honest with you. YouTube, when you're 10 years old, you can just assume this stuff and be closer to the truth. Amazing, isn't it? Chilster Deluxe, I feel sorry for Timmy. Shame. Well, I say I extend my empathy to, just about anybody, and I would have resolve with anybody, but we limpets like him, that continue to be a wee pain in the ass. It's almost like I just want to grab him and go, oh son, you want a hug for your old dad? Go and get a wee hug, Timmy, son, a wee bit of security, make you feel alright. Don't be shy. A wee man hug do the world a good. Honestly, Vertex can't imagine any borders. Yeah, they're just imaginary. Same as everything else, all these things are just ideas. The whole structure of the way of life that we live is an idea. As I keep saying that to people, it's not based on anything with any foundation. In order for it to be true and rooted in anything, you would have to have knowledge of the objective truth of the reality that you're living in, which is why I keep saying it's so important for us to have that foundation, because what you call a life, it doesn't matter how elaborate or how great you might think it is, and I don't want to take that away from you. By all means, you have your delusion, but that's exactly what it is. It's a delusion, right? Because it's not rooted in anything that's telling you that that's an objective truth. So it might be good and fun, whatever you're up to, or it might be bad, whatever. I mean, you're never going to get anything that tells you, something about the bigger picture.
So I've just got a mail from Eric, and he's a first-time Hangout and not quite got the hang of it. Eric, what you need to do is close your Hangouts thing and just click the link, and it should automatically bring you to where we are, rather than us joining you, is what I think you're doing. Okay, so just hit the link, dude, and you should be here.
Yeah. Hi, hello.
Hi, Del.
Hi.
I phoned earlier, but it wasn't very clear. Can you hear it now?
Yeah, it seems a wee bit clearer now, man.
Okay, well, I'm calling from the New Zealand, out here on the edge.
Yeah, I noticed that coming up on my phone saying New Zealand there. So yeah, you're close to
right,
cool. Can you touch the dome?
Exactly. Well, that's the jumping off point, isn't it? The jumping off point. They all leave from here, right?
Yeah.
Apparently. So they say a long way.
Yeah. Sorry, man, what were you going to say?
So, I was just going to say about actually doing things in the world rather than us all, rather than thinking about things and rather not doing things. I did make some stickers, and I put a few hundred stickers out locally where I live. And where I live is on the outside of nowhere. I live in the far north of nowhere, within a few hundred kilometres where I live.
Yeah.
And I know personally, I know 5 people that know that person. My tiny little circle, I know 5.
Excellent.
So whatever the number the people think there are out there's a lot of people that know what's going on.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that know what's going on. So they should be encouraged, and they should put out stickers, because people that saw my stickers are encouraged to find somebody else putting out stickers, and they'll all help. That's what I'm saying.
Excellent. Good on you, man. That's exactly it.
All right, brother.
Nice one, bud.
That's it, mate. Keep pushing, brother.
Cheers. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, mate. Cheers, brother.
Cheers, mate. There again, other testimonies. that chap's in, some kind of remote place, but he knows 5 people. Again, it tells you that you can't believe what they're showing you online and the way they profess that, it's dying, and Dell's platform's taking addicting views and this, that, and the other. They're always going to keep spouting that as long as people's attentions are on here. Again, that takes me back to one of the reasons why I get involved with this, because I realised that this was trending, and it was people's attentions were on the online aspect of this, and nobody represented what I was pushing. So I stepped in for it. But anyway, I'm not digressing back to that. But there you go, somebody giving you another testimony, far out reaches of Earth, different places, and there's people that know, and I'm in total agreement. Even the amount of people that have heard of this or whatever, it is going to spread. Lick spittle can keep bashing their skulls off of a brick wall all they like. It's not going to change anything. It's happening, whether you like it or not. I remember what I was going to say. Why do you think about anarchists in general, and also the ones in London that have occupied mansions and stuff? I think there's a fine line between anarchist and criminal, to be honest with you. This is this blurring where, what anarchy actually means. The definition of anarchy that I understand is, nobody rules me. Nobody has the right of rule over me. If I conduct myself in a respectful manner, then, that should be reciprocated. I don't go imposing on anybody else's free will. I don't expect anybody to try and impose on mine. I rule my mind. I make and dictate the rules and the games that I play. It's all down to me. It's my responsibility. For me, that's the true definition of anarchy. Some people's definition of anarchy is rioting in the streets, taking what you want for yourself, which is no anarchy as far as I'm concerned. So I don't agree with any kind of behaviour like that, especially if they're, imposing on somebody else's property or whatever it might be. I don't know the story behind it, but there is definitely a misunderstanding of what true anarchy means. Hi Dale, just got to say how much I enjoy the show. Oh, the show. Fucking words, honestly. Would be even better if you discuss stuff like consciousness instead of giving these fucktards the time of day. Cheers, Andy from Nuneaton. Well, I totally agree, Andy. And again, it's part of this process, this journey. Certain things I have to address at certain times. I don't really want to. I'd rather it wasn't happening, because I would love to spend time talking about consciousness and these ideas. I love it. I could sit for hours and hours and hours discussing it and going through certain possibilities and looking for flaws in the pursuit, the ideas that we're pursuing in regards to consciousness, who we are, what it might mean. Does consciousness extend beyond the spirit, the physical body? Is it just a byproduct of the physical and it doesn't really mean anything? I mean, I'm open to all the possibilities, but I can see flaws in many of the mind-body philosophies, and that's why it's such a hot topic and why it's been debated for all this time, because nobody knows. They can't pull consciousness out of you. They can't go, there it's there. There's this substance that we can look at and we can dissect. You can't take memories out. You can't show them. These things are immaterial. So there's always been this issue. What is the bridge, or if there is a bridge or separation between the immaterial mind and the physical matter, that you call the brain. It's one of the things that for me could go on and on forever. Although I've got loads of time. If anybody ever wants to come in and discuss it, by all means. But again, I don't think you'll get resolved. For me, I've expressed this before, there seems to be some sort of missing connection to who we are. For me, there would have been a chronological sequence of events that would have been passed down through generations, a real truth, a real history, and at some point that's been severed. So we're now, again, in this point of life where we have all these questions and bewildering ideas about who we are and existence and this, that and the other. For me, I've went internal. I've done the work I had to in order to understand myself and my confusions, the cultural programming, the belief structures I had, the ideas that I had instilled, my views about life, me, this, that and the other. And I eradicated a lot of them and got real with myself to the point where, let me understand what I actually know and what anybody else actually knows. What are the actual objective facts of any situation? And for me, that just got to a point where, you can always better yourself, and, I always analyse myself internally. But this thing that people say, the answers are within, it's an internal journey. Well, on a subjective level, in order to figure yourself out, that's true. But in order to make that bigger connection, for me, the external has to be explored. We need that physical connection that rewires and rebuilds the picture of who we are again. You know, without that, we're forever going to be running around in circles, battling ideas back and forth at each other about consciousness and all these things. Not that I'm rubbishing it again. I enjoy partaking in it. I enjoy talking about it, seeing the different avenues I thought that people think about consciousness. But you're not going to get any definitive answers. Annoying for me just as much as anybody else who's interested in it. I just got the notification late again and see Timmy Namates hit the hangout again. Attention seeking twat. Anywho's, we will keep pushing the plain level truth piece, bro, Colin. Nice one, Colin. I don't know if you've caught up, but we're back on again. So if you're there, cheers for the message. Look up ayahuasca, Dale. You legend. Yeah, I know about ayahuasca. I was a tripper in my day, my younger days, and in my 20s. Never ayahuasca right enough, but anarchy, popular perception is Mad Max, but means no rulers, not no rules, as you stated. Well, that's it. You know, for me, there is a common sense, naturalistic, call it whatever you like, way with people where we know when we're stepping over the boundaries, we know when we're pushing into each other's free will or imposing on that. You know, and these are the rules for me that should just be laid out, and it's as simple as that. Live and let live. I'm not interested in anybody in their subjective experience. They have every right to explore themselves as long as they're not imposing on anybody else's free will. It's live and let live as far as I'm concerned. I don't know why that's so fucking hard for people to grasp, you know? It's just another part of life that you're like, what the fuck? You know, people are not figuring this shit out yet. But they term that and ideas like that as satanic and Satanism and you know, these words that they attach to these kind of thoughts and ways of thinking and looking at life. You know, it's that's satanic, you know, do as thou wilt and live and let live. I mean, is that not what we're kind of looking at here? You just want to be free to express yourself and get up to whatever you want, you know, through reciprocity. You know, you go with people who are into the same things as you, and it's all mutual and consented, and you know, and that's it. You know, peace be with you, go on with it. Don't try and impose it on me or anybody else who's not interested in your subjective exploration. I mean, it's not hard. Satanic, and then attach devil worship and psychopathy and murderous behaviour to, you know, and then people are like lost. They're battling against this hierarchy and this control structure and this imposition of your free will. But then when you talk about these ideas of free will and, you know, it's, oh, no, do I go, what the fuck do you want? You want rulers, but just know these rulers. I mean, how is it ever going to, it's always going to end up back at the same again. If you give human beings positions of power over you when you're not discerning and critical and holding them to empirical facts, then you're going to get corruption. Right? I've stated this before, if we have a properly educated populace, properly educated, then people who are asked to fulfill certain positions or roles, you know, are going to be held accountable because people are discerning and they're not going to fuck about. You're not going to be allowed to be corrupt or try and bullshit or tell any lies because people have not got these discerning abilities to be able to tear it apart, you know. But to remain in this same state of mind, and I don't want leaders like that, but I want other leaders. You're just inviting the exact same thing again. Satan was the word for an opposer under ancient Jewish law. Kai, yeah, adversary. Hi Dale, just to say how much I enjoy the show, would be even better. Alright, consciousness. Well said, my earthly brother. One last thing. Have you heard of the skull experiment? If so, what do you think of it? Peace, Andy. That rings a bell. Skull experiment. How do I know that? Best scientific evidence shake collective reality of life after death. Right. Adult non-fiction experiment of science. CO buying options. The soul experiment. Scientific evidence. I do briefly remember this, but I'm going to need to read through it again. Who is it that's involved in it? I'll check that out, Andy. Cheers for reminding me of that. I'm going to save it. See what they're going to say. If you could lead a revolution and you were bigger than the Beatles was in their time, what would you try to change and why? Well, first and foremost, I would be commanding the fucking militaries, yeah, and using all that equipment to, you know, establish exactly where we are through transparency. I would also be, you know, instilling straight away that things like the trivium and how to discern and all the necessities that human beings need are put back into the education system. And then obviously start, you know, this is based again on, this is where we are, but we can't go anywhere else. We have to live here as together. Then obviously I would, change things, freedom of new invention, alternative medicines, fucking, powers, whatever it might be, but we just let it be free and base things on, resources. What do we require? What do we have? Let's apportion that equally. Let's just help each other. I mean, can you do a reaction of you watching Nixon calling a man on the moon? I would need to rehearse that. I'll need to get my drama team in classes to run through that. But what a total nonsense. Nixon speaking to people on the moon 238,000 miles away in the fucking 1960s. With no delay whatsoever. You only get delay when they're trying to give you that impression that they're so far away and it's complicated and technical. Yet when fucking Chrissy Hatfield or whatever his fucking name is decides that he's going to play the guitar with some live group on Earth, delay's not a fucking issue. Delay is not a problem. Maybe they should use the same setup. Right. West Coast wisdom. I would hope that Dell wouldn't be the manufacturer product that the bees were. No, I can guarantee I'm never going to sell out to any of that. There is, as I said before, there's no amount that they could offer me that would distract me from wanting to know. That's the most important thing. The rest of it, couldn't give a fucking shit for it. Could not give a monkeys. Means nothing. They fucking know that it means nothing. These questions are what the important things are. AJC, nice to see you there. That's right, AJ. It's people like Timmy who show just how desperate the globe really is now. It is, and it's really weak and pathetic. It really is paper thin. When you see the antics that they employ, and the panic that sets in with them, it's so easy, just so easy to break it. The mad flatter. Water always lies flat, water always finds its level, so what part of water doesn't curve don't the globers understand? Well, again, the majority of them just think that what they've been taught in school is truth when, this is the whole point. Again, my formulation was to point that out to people. What are we talking about when we're talking about science? We're talking about substance, practical experiment, practical application, practical understanding and knowing, so you need substances for that. So that's why you have to apply it, especially when, if you were working as a group, because you get charlatans that have established things like the globe by telling fucking porcupines and using tricks to convince people even more, just like any, showman or magician would employ. And that's it. You just don't get it. That is a substance in nature. It's abundant in nature. It has physical properties. It's physical behaviours that can be tested and observed. And we know that it does not have the ability to support itself. It doesn't matter how big you want to imagine your exterior shape to be. The surface of the water cannot do that. It doesn't have the ability to do that. But that's what they don't get. They don't get there's a separation of the sciences. They don't get when they're spouting, mathematics and its assumptions, and when they're spouting, actual substance, natural science, and they fail to see the differences. Some refuse to see it. Some just can't see it. But at the same time, many of these people want to invoke the word science, and that's what you have to pull them up on. We'll be specific about what science you're talking about here, because if we're talking about purely language, your science of language, then I'm not interested, because your language can be manipulative, whereas objective substance is factual. It's not going to manipulate. You can't lie about it. But they are desperately attempting to lie about the substance. Cheers, one man. He's detector. Appreciate it. As I say, I'm always going to remain consistent. And if I have any wander off path, I'll be the first one to pull myself back. But again, this shouldn't be about you investing in the man. Again, if I represent, what you feel is the truth and what you want to be pushed, by all means, I'm going to represent that, and I'm always going to be that voice. But never, invest in me, the man, because we don't know each other on a personal level. It's a dangerous place for you to go. That doesn't mean to say I don't want to get to know people. Of course, I want to get to know people, but I'm sure you know what I'm saying by now. Have you looked into the work by Jan Irvin? Yep. In regards to the trivium and stuff, of course. She will hope for truth. She'll be the first one.
Ex-military gunner in the chat, Dell, saying that there was never any accounting for curvature during marksmanship or artillery deployments. So there you go, peeps, from the horse's mouth yet again.
And, people can discern that. You can take these testimonies as well. It's there for everybody to see. As I explained earlier, these things and the tools and apparatus work on a planar geometry. It's not, everything's at XY axis. It's, look at how an aeroplane, operates. and how, you know, the angle of approach, the angle of takeoff. You know, look at the diagrams, everything's there. You can see it, even they are using it, but they're still blinded to what they've been told and sold through imagery. You know, it's incredible. So cheers for that testimony, Pie Man Canada. West Coast Wisdom, oh, nice one. That would be much appreciated, the stove. I'm looking forward to that. No, Pie Man, you know, there's nothing, the curve's never taken into account for anything practical. The only place the curve's taken into account is when they're fucking forming plastic toys.
So recently we've had reports from the military, the Navy and the Air Force that none of them actually take account of any kind of curvature. And I think that may actually be important from a tactical point of view.
Yeah, hugely important, you know. As highlighted the other night, I can't mind the guy's name. So, sorry, it's not ignorance, it's just the amount of people. Was it Matthew, was it maybe? Talking about, you know, torpedoes and how these things operate, why they're not taking into account any sort of curvature. No, Probsdale School had even materialist scientists baffled. Rupert Sheldrake even attended and swore it was genuine. But Rupert Sheldrake and Richard Penrose were taking part in some of these experiments as well, as far as I remember. The messages were strange as fuck, and in my opinion, come from our handlers, or perhaps the others from hidden lands. My feeling is we are property of a massively powerful hidden hand, and yeah, the probs created religion as an arm of the control. Cheers, bud, and I'll let you crack on, Andy. Cheers, Andy. Have you ever tried to investigate the MOD bases that are restricted? No, can't say I have. Right. Jenny, I don't even mind when I can't understand your accent. Tee hee. Am I slurring again? I've had a wee smoke. You know, the James voice is rather difficult when I have had a smoke.
I've sent a fresh link to Eric. I think he was still trying to get in on the old hangout, dude. So
cool. Well, I'll leave it for 10 and see if he can get in. Right, people, had a wee smoke here, so what are you saying in the chat? The number is 07393654544. Timmy Savile. Rob Redding, how you doing? You're allowed Dell this time. Joe Joseph, alright lad. Dell just finished watching Liverpool play shite. What was the score? Sativa or Indica, Dell? Just depends, doesn't it, what you're using it for. I'm not really into the couch lock heavy stuff, so jumped again, sorry about that.
Final time, it was a draw. We're talking about Seville, yeah. 2-2.
Cool.
Oh shit, was that a spoiler? Sorry, people. I do actually apologise. I don't follow the footy myself, so you know. But yeah, well there we go. 2-2. So all bets are no, I suppose.
West Coast Wisdom night, Gene. Cheers again. Easty Beastie Dale, call the police live during a chat and report a crime. The Globe lie is a fraud. Technically, this is the police's job. Let's hold your feet to the fire. At least would be good for a laugh. I've actually been here, and I recorded it on my phone, and I went into police office and I says I want to report a crime, and I was met with quite an aggressive response. So I think there'll be some people in there that just don't want to entertain it. When was that? I was in Largs again the other day, and I spoke to a nice guy who was a copper, and just kind of tried to ask him in a roundabout way, approaching them and having them on camera and speaking to them about certain issues. And he was saying, well, if you're media, you would have to, but for me, they're meant to be public servants, so they should be willing to speak to you regardless of whether you point a camera at them or not. But I have been there and I intend on doing it again, to be honest with you. Dan Level, would you ever do a group meet-up there? Right, but there's been group meet-ups up here in Paisley, and I'll shout out any meets that anybody's having, and if I can show up for them, then I will. If I can travel, it'd be great to meet people from everywhere.
I thought there was something booked towards the end of this month again, wasn't it?
For Paisley?
I'm not sure for Paisley, but for the north, definitely.
I've not got any clarification or any certainty on that, to be honest with you, mate. I'm not too sure. I hope so.
Well, we'll be checking back with that, folks. I mean, anybody that's new, I mean, we're in the business of promoting any of these meetups across the country. I mean, obviously, we've got no vested interest in that other than allowing like minds to be able to connect to each other. So if you want to use the platform to sort of advertise advertise that you're starting up a collective somewhere, then please do, you know.
Yeah, Mutt, man, I totally agree. You know, they know what they should be representing. Right, people, I have had a smoke and I'm not really used to it, you know. Again, I hope people get, you know, what I'm saying in regards to some of these issues. And this is not about perpetuating any drama or gripes between people. For me, it's just about getting resolved. And you need to be discerning and question, you know, people and organised groups and stuff like that. It's not an issue. And if people are secure in themselves, they would understand what it is I'm saying, you know. So there shouldn't be any real big drama, you know. And again, I'm not pointing at anybody in particular, you know. And if I offended anybody, tough. I'm only kidding. Eddie boy, sorry, Marshall.
I'm just going to chime in there and say Flatwater is just reminding us that Jamie Brown's got a meet-up in Manchester Heaton Park on the 23rd. That's not actually the one I was referring to, but yes, you're right, Flatwater. So go see Jamie Brown on his channel for the details on that. I haven't got the link right with me right now.
Yeah, one man is detecting, not a whitey, but I'm kind of, woohoo. The words are coming, but I'm not really in touch with them. Right, we're back on Saturday, people, and it opened up for everybody, obviously. So if you are there and you've got something to say, I mean, by all means, some people raising topics again tonight, regards to consciousness and whatever else. So, you know, again, you know, while we're in this position, we can still enjoy each other's companies and have a laugh and discuss certain things. And at the same time, you know, the platform's there, it's open for anybody that wants to come through, that's new. Let us know you're there. You know, share what you have to share. It's always going to be there for that. You know, the option's always there for that. We all know what we want, you know, but unfortunately that's not going to happen instantly. The goal's still the same for me. You need an increase in people. All the activism's still important and relevant. You know, need to keep pushing and keep spreading it. We need, you know, that word critical mass. But that's what we require, you know, and I'm always going to aim for that, because I need to get that step closer to finding out where I actually live, right? And if you know that game and you know what's important, you would realise that. Again, for me, there's no other logical place to end up at. What else are we going to accept if no full exploration, full disclosure? What do we accept? I mean, where's the bar for people, you know? Anyway, back on Saturday. Hope to see you there, people. Take it easy and keep at them. Peace. Cheers, Marshall, Magumba, Jonah Worms, everybody in the chat.